Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make thick bass sounds very easily for free with LMMS. We're going to be using the included triple oscillator VST plugin, which you can see right here. I'm going to just drag that over to my song editor and I'm going to open it and show you some really basic settings to get a thick bass sound to support your music or to have as a prominent sound in a music project that you might be working on. I'm going to click on the triple oscillator button here, which you can see opens the settings for the plugin. And if this is your first time using triple oscillator, you might be a little intimidated, but I have good news. This is actually a really simple synthesizer plugin to use compared to other ones. And I'm going to show you right now how simple it is. When you open triple oscillator, you can see that there are 6 different tabs. Today we're going to be using the plugin tab, the envelopes, filter, and LFO tab, and the effects chain. Those 3. And we're going to start here with the plugin section, which contains the main settings and knobs for the bass of your sound and the types of sounds that you can use. And at the top, you can see there's some settings for how to mix your oscillators, but we're not going to worry about that here. You can skip that. Down below, you can see our 3 oscillators. OSC1 is oscillator 1, and then you have oscillator 2, oscillator 3. You'll see on the right side there are some different shapes, and if you're familiar with synthesizers, you know that these are the shapes of the waves, which the basis of what you're going to hear, the sound that the synthesizer makes. And as we dive deeper and deeper into synthesizers, and specifically in this case the triple oscillator synthesizer, you'll start to get to know what each type of sound wave sounds like. Your first oscillator you're going to set to a saw wave, and now your synthesizer sounds like this. The second oscillator we're also going to set to a saw wave, and now it sounds like this. You can see that it's getting more and more crunchy sounding. For the third oscillator, we're going to set it to the square wave sound. And now it sounds like this. And I mean, on its own, it's thick and it's crunchy, but we can certainly do something with this and build upon it. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my volume settings for the first 2 oscillators. I think they are fine. For the third oscillator, I'm just going to set it to where we just start hearing it enough to where it's making impact on the sound. Now I'm going to bring your attention to the knobs in the middle. The leftmost knobs are coarse detuning knobs, which drop the sound entire semitones, and the 2 rightmost knobs are for fine detuning, and that's what we're going to use right now. Because when all oscillators have the same tuning, the sound tends to be a bit more thin. But if you detune each oscillator just a little bit, or even just one oscillator a little bit, it can make the sound a lot thicker. For the first oscillator, let's detune the left channel just by -1 cent and the right channel +1 cent. And we can do the same thing with the second oscillator. Let's detune by 2 notes each way on the second oscillator. -2 on the left fine tuning knob and +2 on the right fine tuning knob. You can now hear the sounds even more full. Again, here's before and after. Already we actually have a pretty thick sound just with those few little tweaks. That part's done. The next thing we're going to do is go over to our envelope, filter, and LFO tab. And we're going to first just click on the envelope section, which will turn it a greenish color, and this will help soften the sound a little bit. You can hear as I hold the note now, it starts to fade out of it. But what I want to draw your attention to is the attack, which is how quickly the sound comes in. So right now it's immediate. As soon as I push the note, it's there. You hear it. But we're going to soften it a little, just give it an attack of maybe like 0.1. And that will help soften the sound a little bit. For this video, these other knobs are not necessary. The next thing I'm going to bring your attention to is the filter section at the bottom. And we're going to turn it on. We're going to click on the filter button, and you can see it turns a green color just like the envelope section did, which tells us that it's on and it's active. And the default filter here, the low pass, is what we're going to use. We're going to use it to soften the sound a little bit. We're going to do that primarily with the frequency knob here. And let me show you what happens when we turn it down. So you can see what this is doing is it's allowing certain frequencies to pass through and other frequencies to not pass through. This knob on the right is called the resonance knob, or as you can see here in LMMS, Q knob or resonance knob. It's kind of more about opening up or closing the filter. But I'm going to keep it at the default value of 0.5, and my frequency value, let's see, it seems like a reasonable frequency to use for a softer but thick bass sound. It's still crunchy. And at this point you might be like, okay, this is cool, but could we do more? The answer is yes, you could do more. So for the effects tab, you can click on the effects chain button to activate it, or you can simply add your effect into the chain and it will automatically activate. And we're going to type in the box just chorus, and we're going to go down to this last option, TAP chorus/flanger, and you can double click or click OK, and we get our options. And if we test our sound now, already you can hear a big difference. Here's off and on. Much thicker already. I'm going to reduce the effect a little bit by putting the value at 50%, and now it sounds like this, which is, it's still very thick sounding, but with the more modest chorus flanger effect. And I'm going to turn my delay down to maybe 15. And I'm going to increase my frequency a little bit. I think around 2 is good. And now, here's my sound. Our sound is now considerably thicker than what we started with. Now, of course, there are more options for shaping your sound, but this was just a really basic tutorial for how to get a thick bass sound very quickly in LMMS. Thank you for watching my video. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and like this video so that more people can learn how to make great music for free. I'll see you next time.